Hello everyone, this is your daily tarot reading for Wednesday the 4th of April. Thank you for joining me. It's really nice to be with you today. I'm using the Truth Seekers Tarot for today's reading, and I'm going to choose 3 cards to give you an insight into the day's energy and what you'll be working with. So let me shuffle the cards, and then I'm going to choose 3 cards at random here. So we have the Ace of Wands, we have the Fool, and we have the Magician. Okay, so the Ace of Wands is a blessing from the universe. It's the element of fire, and the Ace of Wands has to do with life purpose, passion, and growth. Growing on your spiritual journey, growing in terms of what you're supposed to do with your life, and growing into your own identity in the sense that I'm working on things that I really care about, that have to do with who I am on the inside, and I'm expressing that externally through my work or through my relationships or whatever it is that I'm passionate about and where I really put a lot of my energy into. Now, it's no accident that I've chosen this deck for today's reading. I don't feel there are ever any mistakes with these readings because what's meant to come out comes out. And this ace card is represented differently than other ace cards. Usually the ace is presented by a hand that comes through a cloud, and it's kind of a gift from the universe. In this deck, we've got the wand in the center of the image, but what's above it is a volcano erupting. And that kind of gives me an impression of the Knight of Wands almost. Knight cards are always extreme because they don't know how to handle the energy of the element just yet. They're learning how to do that. So on the positive, a knight is going to be able to take passionate action. He'll be full of desire, and he isn't going to settle for things that bore him. He's really all about being on his path and focusing on growth and developing things that he cares about. On the downside, he can be angry, he can be destructive, he can be harsh and say things which really have a negative effect because he feels that, he's passionate about it, so it can come out as anger and it can be really destructive. So we've got a lot of fire floating around in the atmosphere today, and it can go either way. So it's a gift in the sense that if you look at your own situation and how you can grow and what you can do to feel more aligned with the things that you're doing in your life and in all areas of your life, in relationships, with your health, with your career, all of those things, then there's the potential for growth. But if you take that energy and you aim it at other people, then there's the potential to erupt and to really say things and do things which can have a negative, explosive effect. The next card is the Fool, and the Fool is a poor young lad who's walking off a cliff. His little dog there is biting him in the leg to try and prevent him and warn him that he's really just walking into this pit here. He's taken all of his worldly possessions. He only has a little bag. That's not going to last him very long either. And he's even got a jester's hat on. So this is someone who is starting out on a new journey, but who really doesn't have any idea of what he's doing. And he's setting himself up for failure, first of all, because he's not well prepared. And second of all, he's immediately going to take a tumble. So there is a sense of foolishness in the atmosphere that you may attack the wrong person, or you may say things which you don't really mean, and that actually cause you to fall on your face or to have difficulties in your own life, and you create those yourself. So there's the potential for you to be your own worst enemy today, especially if you aim that fiery energy at other people and trying to progress and push through obstacles by being angry and by speaking your mind. Now, we also have the magician, which adds another element to this. The magician comes after the fool. The fool is zero. That comes before, so it's something becoming an idea. It's something that is conceived. And the next card is the magician. Once he has the idea, the magician who listens to spirit, then connects with the earth. The magician is the ultimate medium because he's connected to spirit and he's got all of the earthly elements at his disposal, and he can really create magic in his life by listening to the higher power, by listening to the universe, and he can create a wonderful life for himself. So he's got 1 foot on planet Earth, 1 foot on the other side, and he's very well guided. So the magician says, if you use this fiery energy, it's almost like this wand is the wand that he's holding there, and you use it to create something in your own life. And I'm not telling you to be a hermit and to be, to isolate yourself on this day. But if you focus on the things that you can control, the things that are in your life right now, at this very moment, that you can do something with, then you can really create something wonderful, and you can progress on your spiritual journey, on your path, and you can do things to improve your situation in whatever area you're looking at. So if you're looking to improve your relationship, then rather than have a discussion to hash things out today and to say, last week this happened and I didn't like it and I want answers in terms of why you did that, that's going to create an explosion because the other person is going to react. Rather than do that, be thoughtful in terms of what you can do and what you can do for your partner that may create more positivity and love. So be thoughtful. Maybe you can make a nice dinner, or maybe you can give your partner some flowers, or do something kind that's unexpected. If you're working on improving your working life situation, then rather than looking at your colleagues who've been promoted and who have more responsibilities and who are getting paid more than you, focus on your performance in work and make that the best it can be. And I promise you, if you focus on working hard and really being good, your time will come and you will be noticed. For instance, if you're an actress, and there's been a lot of talk about this recently, that women in Hollywood get paid much less than the men, which is so shocking to me in this day and age, really. And the thing that shocked me the most was the situation with The Crown on Netflix, the show about the royal family in England. The Queen, the actress who played the Queen, was paid less than the guy who played her husband, Prince Philip. And literally, the show is called The Crown, and she wears the crown. So you'd expect her to be paid the most, but the guy who played Prince Philip was paid the most. Now, the woman who played the Queen, she concentrated on doing her best, playing the role to her greatest standard, and because of that, rather than looking at Prince Philip and saying, oh, he's getting paid a lot, I'm not doing this, she focused on her things, she gave the best performance that she possibly could, and now she's become famous and she's opened doors of opportunity for herself, and I'm sure she's going to get other acting jobs now based on that, because it was a big success, it was a big hit. So that's what the cards are saying today. Don't attack other people and don't go after people. Don't compare yourself. Don't look at what others have and kind of get angry about that and try and tear other people down. Instead, build something magical of your own, and you've got enough to work with right now. Whatever is going on in your life, whatever you have, if you're someone who's in a halfway house after just getting out of prison, you have certain things at your disposal which you can use to rebuild your life. If you're a divorcee and you've got millions of dollars in the bank and you don't know what to do next, you've also got the resources to build a new future for yourself and to look ahead, to listen to your guidance and to ask yourself, how can I do something that's really aligned with my true passion? So regardless of your circumstances, everyone has a certain path that they have to walk. We all have a spiritual journey that we're on, and we always have the right tools to get started on that journey when we're ready. And today is one of those days where you have a choice. You can be ready to create your own path and purpose by listening to your divine guidance and using the fire to create and to push through obstacles, rather than using it to tear other people down. So that's the message today, that it's really important to focus on yourself and what you can do rather than other people. Ace is a 1, and 0 and 1 is 2. 2 is about cooperation, and it's about relationship. So relationships are obviously a theme today. Try and maintain harmonious relationships, or build towards creating harmony in your relationships rather than putting discord into your connections with other people. Like I said, especially trying to hash things out, like going over something that happened in the past, that's really not going to go down well. And it's also a relationship with the higher power and your higher self. So listen to the guidance that you get to create and cooperate with that higher guidance, and you'll really be able to progress on your life mission. So it's a nice day to really make personal progress. I hope you have a wonderful day. If you would like a private reading with me, then please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order your reading. I use astrology, tarot, and numerology in my personal readings. The way I just combine the numerology and the tarot, in my private readings, I combine the astrology and the tarot and numerology. With the astrology, I look at the degrees and I use the numerology meanings to give me an idea. So if your sun is at 25 degrees, then that's a 7. So the sun, your identity, has to do with mind and creativity. So you're a creative person. And then obviously what sign it's in, so Scorpio, so you would be creative about the way you listen to your feelings, and you would have musical or creative talent in that case. So in the astrology readings and in my readings, I use all 3. I need your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth to draw up your chart. That shows me what your soul mission is, why you've come back into this lifetime, what you're good at work-wise, what's destined for you in love, in health, in career, and what's coming up in those areas of your life over the next couple of months and years. So if you're interested in a private reading, then please do get in touch. Remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.